5 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few guards I would look to add this week on the free agent list. The first guy, Lou against Dort with the OKC Thunder. So I mentioned Dort early in the year. He's definitely a streaky player, but now he's definitely on a big hot streak, is Dort. So on the season for him, pretty decent stats. 14.9 points a game, 4.2 rebounds, 2 assists a game, 1.5 threes a game. But the field goal percentage is what definitely hurts here at only 39%. So Dort, though, the last few games, he's really stepped it up here for this Thunder team. November 7th versus the Spurs, 13.7 rebounds, a 3, 35% from the field. November 10th at the Pelicans, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 threes, 61% from the field. And November 12th versus the Sacramento Kings, 22 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, a block, 2 threes, and 50% from the field. So right here, obviously this Thunder team is in rebuild mode. And all these guys are going to get a lot of minutes to play here. Right now, Dort, he's playing anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes a game. And if you need some scoring, some decent rebounding, he's a decent add, in my opinion, this week to get in. He's available still in 46% of fantasy leagues. The only thing is obviously the field goal percentage. He's going to hurt you. And the next guard's Bones Highland of the Denver Nuggets. Bones Highland, he's come out of nowhere so far this season here, is the rookie. And right now, they need some guys to step up over there in Denver with a couple injuries. Michael Porter Jr., we saw Jokic miss a ball game. Jamal Murray, obviously, we don't know when he's going to come back from the ACL injury. And so far in his rookie here for Bones Highland, 8.1 points a game, 2 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 1.6 threes a game. But another guy with a low field goal percentage at only 39% on the season. But the last few games here in extended minutes for Highland. November 8th versus the Heat, 6 points, a rebound, an assist, 2 steals, a block, a 3, 28% from the field. November 10th versus the Pacers, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 threes, 37% from the field. And November 12th versus the Atlanta Hawks, 15 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, 3 threes, and 50% from the field. So right here, Highland, he's been looking decent so far, but the only thing with him, he's not really much of a three-point shooter, and his field goal percentage, he's definitely hurting right now, fantasy owners. But he's been added in 9% of fantasy leagues over the last few days here, but he's still available in 87% of fantasy leagues, and as long as he's getting the decent playing time like he is of late with the 20 minutes per game, he's definitely a guard I would add this week. The next guard's Taylor Horton-Tucker of the Los Angeles Lakers. So Horton-Tucker finally made his season debut in Sunday's ball game versus the San Antonio Spurs. And he had a good ball game with Horton-Tucker. 27 minutes of play, 17 points, 4 boards, an assist, a steal, a block, a 3, and 50% from the field. So the thing here with Taylor Horton-Tucker, if he's going to play, obviously he's going to have fantasy value, in my opinion. And right now with LeBron James out for a few more weeks here, they definitely need some scoring punch and off the bench and a guy who could do a little bit of everything. So it's good to see him come out in his season debut versus the Spurs on November 14th. And he played 27 minutes in that game. So right now he's available in 88% of fantasy leagues. And in deeper leagues, he's definitely an add this week. The next guard's Killian Hayes of the Detroit Pistons. So Killian Hayes, a top draft pick last season for the Pistons at 19-year-old in the lottery. But right now, things didn't pan out last season. And so far this year for Hayes, 6.5 points a game, 3.3 boards a game, 3.7 assists, 1.5 steals, 1.2 threes a game, but only 32% from the field. So a lot of these guys I've mentioned so far, very bad field goal percentage for these guys. But the last few games for Hayes, November 10th at the Rockets, 4 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, a 3, 25% from the field. November 12th at the Cavaliers, 5 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, 6 steals, a 3, 22% from the field. And November 13th at the Raptors, 13 points, 7 boards, 10 assists, a block, 3 threes, 57% from the field. So Killian Hayes, he's doing a little bit of everything here of late. We know he's not a great shooter, but this guy gets steals, he gets assists, he can rebound, and he could score double-digit points once in a while as well. So right here, I think he's a decent add this week, and he's available in tons of leagues at 87% of leagues. And the fifth and final guard I look to get this week is Eric Bledsoe of the Los Angeles Clippers. So I know I mentioned him as a drop a few weeks ago, but Bledsoe now has really picked things up and getting it going for this Clipper team that have now won 7 games in a row here. So Bledsoe, he's been added in 18% of fantasy leagues this week, and he's still available though in 52% of leagues. So on the season here for Bledsoe, 10.3 points a game, 3.8 boards, 4.5 assists, 1.8 steals a game, only 0.8 threes a game. He was never a great 3-point shooter, and only 38% from the field. So all these guys pretty much in this video here to add on the wire. If you don't care about tanking field goal percentage, they do a little bit of everything else here for your fantasy team. So the last few games for Bledsoe, November 9th versus Portland, 11 points, 5 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, 42% from the field. November 11th versus the Heat, 21 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, 2 threes, 3 blocks. He added 56% from the field. And November 13th versus the Timberwolves in a blowout victory, 14 points, 5 boards, 9 assists, 2 steals, a block, 2 threes, and 50% from the field. So Bledsoe here, he's getting the job done. He's scoring the basketball. His assist numbers and rebounds are pretty good. And he's definitely worth an add this week. So that's a few guards I would add for week 5 of the fantasy basketball season.